Good evening to everybody. Good to be here. I've been given this topic of service for community cause and leadership role, and it's quite a challenge to cover the whole thing in 6 to 8 minutes that has been given to me. But still, I have put on few points, which from my own experience, what it takes to be a community leader, to take a leadership role in a community community service. So I just would want to, especially I think I was told that there are a lot of youngsters who will be listening to this. So I just thought maybe these few points may help them, to find out, what exactly a leader, if you want to go and serve people, what should you be like, what sort of things you should have, what sort of characters you should have. So I think the first thing that, you want to go and serve others, what you have to realize is you have to be in peace with yourself. You have to be very calm, and something you would want to go to serve others. What you have to realize is it's not easy to give something to somebody. It's not easy to go and serve somebody. We love to have good food. We love to, buy good dresses. We love to buy the best vehicle that we can find. But when the time comes to give to the community, to give to somebody who really needs it, we really think about it. We are hesitant. So first and foremost, you have to be determined. If you want to be a community, you want to be a leader, you have to be determined. Yes, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to go and serve. That is so important. So maybe you can get inspiration from different people, maybe from Mother Teresa or Florence Nightingale or somebody, maybe those things. You can read books, you can do all these meditations, and then, talk to people, who can motivate you, and then, look around where you can go and help. So that determination has to be there. First and foremost, you have to have that determination. Everybody cannot just say, yes, I want to be a leader and go to the community and serve. No, it's you have to have that determination. So first and foremost, that is number one. That is very important. The other thing is, a lot of people, youngsters especially, they say, will my small help make a difference? That's always the question. It's just a small thing. What difference will it make if I do it? Will it make a difference or not? Yes, I always say even small things make a difference. You don't have to be a hero, to become a leader, to go and serve in the community. You don't have to jump into a pool and save somebody, or you don't have to convince a terrorist to lay down his arms. You can just open a small, maybe childcare center or old age home, or go and look into some water, a sanitation project. It could be a small thing that you want to do in the community. So, that could make a difference. It could make a difference in somebody's life. Just talk about the things that we do right now because of this COVID. Those masks, I always give this example. Those masks are such a small thing, but look how important it is. There was a time when we thought mask was not important. Maybe for the Kathmanduites, because of the dust, there were few people who had those masks. But now look at how important that has become. It's a small thing. But, when we give it to people, it has made a difference. So you should, as a leader, as a person who wants to serve in the community, always think small things also can make difference to people. So that you should never say to yourself, well, this small thing, what difference will it make? Well, why should I do it? This is such a small thing that I'm going to do. Will it make any difference or not? No, everything is going to make a difference to that community. It may be nothing to you, but it could be something very big to somebody in that community. The third thing I want to talk about is, why should one be a community leader? Why? And that's another question. Why? There's so many other leadership. I think Arundai did talk about few of those things also. There's so many varieties of leadership. So why should one be? The first and foremost of us, like I said, you can make a difference. Like I said earlier on, first thing is you can make a difference. Wherever you go, whatever you do, that small thing can make a difference. And second, which I think is very important, is you can grow and develop yourself. You see, that a leadership quality, when you go and serve in the community, when you work in the community, when you're working with different people who are not in your level, we are maybe the people who are less fortunate than us. When you go and work with them, you gather a lot of experience. You grow yourself. You develop yourself. That confidence will start coming to you. You'll know how to tackle problems. There's so many, hurdles that could come, how to get over those hurdles, all these things. So these are the things you start learning. And that, what does that do? That brings the confidence in you. That, that confidence level will start going. Once you start becoming successful as a leader, then what happens is it becomes then that you start becoming confident. And what you want to do? You want to do more work, so you can do more work with other people. You try to approach people. You try to try to solve different problems that the community has. So these are the things that you can develop within yourself. So that self development also, this also helps a lot in self development. You can develop yourself. And of course, the community needs leaders. If people like us do not go work and work in the community, then who will? I always say we are the fortunate ones. God has given us so many things. I think out of that, just few things, if you could just go to the community who need the most, to the people who need the most, that makes a difference. That will make a difference. So it's the community always needs good leaders who could come to the community, who could come to their place, who they're always looking to somebody to come and help them. So it's us, people like us, the organization that we represent, Rotary, so many of us who are here, we represent, that it makes a lot of difference in that. And then other thing is, I think Arunda also, he did emphasize on that, when should you lead? When, there are a lot of people, they said, what title do I have? Like, what position? I don't have a position. Why should I go and do something? I always say, anytime you want, you can go and serve. You can go and lead. You can do something, You don't have to be a team leader. I always say to people who work around me, I'm the governor, I am the team leader here, but it's you, it's you who can motivate me. So that is a leadership role that you're already playing, because you are doing what? You are motivating your leader. So that also is part of it. You can put in your expertise in that when you go out to work. So don't wait for the title. Don't say, okay, when I become this, then I'll become a leader. No, you can start now. You are a leader by yourself. They say like leaders are born. Like I don't say. I think we can develop him among ourselves to become a good leader. So what you have to think of is, have a vision, have a vision statement. Have a goal where you want to go. How you want to do it, all these things. Once you have it in you, then you can move forward. So it's very important that, as a person, you don't look for titles, you don't look for positions, you just look to the work that you want to do, to your vision, to where you want to go, how you want to take yourself, how you want to carry yourself. These are very, very important to become a leader. So this is something that one should always have in their mind. The other thing, of course, you said, how should we lead? How should one lead? Like I said, it's always planning. Planning is so important. You have to look after your team, stay with your team, where you are going to work, how you're going to work, plan that, set your goals. You could have long-term goals, you could have short-term goals, So these are the things that, you should always take care of, like, have planned. Don't just go like and say, okay, म गएर यहाँ यो काम गर्छु भनेर मात्र भएन. त्यहाँ गएपछि मैले के गर्ने हो भनेर पहिलेदेखि नै प्लान हुनु पर्यो. You have to have all that planned well, then get that responsibility, feeling of responsibility. Yes, I am the responsibility of this committee. As a leader, I am the responsible person for that community. If I don't do it, who will do it? So you plan accordingly and you move ahead accordingly. And the last thing that I want to say is, of course, the quality, of a successful community leader. It is very, very important. In Rotary, we believe in these core values. We believe in our 4-way test. Similarly, if you want to become a leader, I think you have to have that integrity. Integrity is number one. Integrity is so important. Courage. You have to have that courage to lead. You should have that guts to go and do something. That commitment. Commitment is so important. As a person, you have to have a commitment. Yes, I have been given this responsibility. I have taken this responsibility. Now it is my commitment to go and do, to go and perform. Then, of course, the ability to, the ability, like, to think of others, to care of others. You have to, like, you want to go to the community, that feeling has to be there. Yes, I need to do something for this person. So that care, to care somebody, to care about somebody, that feeling you have to have. And of course, you have to be flexible. You have to be creative. So these are the things, you see. So when you become a leader, if you have these few of these things, I think you can move ahead. So, small things, big thing does not matter. I always remember this story of this man who was walking on the seashore, and he was throwing. There's so many catfish that had come to the shore, and then they could not go back to the waters. And then he was just picking this one fish at a time and throwing it back to the sea. And then there was somebody watching him who came to him, and he said, what are you doing? There's so many catfish on the shore. What difference does it make if you just throw one or two of them? And this guy said, that he just threw one fish, and he said, it has made a difference to that fish, if not to all. So what you have to think is, whatever work we do, whatever thing you do, it may be small, it may be big, go out, get that feeling to do good to the community, get within you, create that feeling, yes, I need to go and serve the community, and just follow these few of the points that I have given you. I think you will be a successful leader.